Okay, cool. All right, my name is Rihanna. I am the creator of Open Arms. We are here to do the Virgo year ahead for 2026. So far, we've done Capricorn and we've done Leo. Those are already on the page. And yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to be looking at the year ahead. My goal is to make it an hour long and not exceed that. Try not to dig too deep and dive too deep into it and just really get the message. I'm trying to see glasses on so I can see. All right. Shadow. What is the shadow theme for quarter one for Virgos 2026? Shadow theme for quarter one. Okay, we have mountain, hill, reach your goals. Virgos, I feel like for the month of, for the first quarter, you're going to be starting off strong. Somewhere in me feels like you have a plan. Even if it's not for your whole life, it's for a particular like area in your life, maybe an overall kind of thing. Maybe there's one thing you have on your list that you're wanting to accomplish, and you're going strong. Let's see. It feels like there's something with menstruals, may come early, may come late during this time, but it does feel like the year may start off a bit slow for you. Okay, let's see. Let's get a card for January. What's going on January? We have elevator, rise above. Okay, wait. This is getting pretty good, because with this rise above and it overarching the theme for your shadow theme, it's incongruent. This is going good, okay? So purple is your third eye and green is your heart. And here we have the blue, which is your throat. And then we have the, and then we have, again, the green. So, again, the purple. So for January, we're looking at you feeling like more aligned. Like I feel more aligned with the energy that I'm in, the frequency that you're on. You feel a little more confident or a little more prepared. I don't know if for 2025 you felt like, I'm not really rocking with this. I'm not really feeling it. Something feels off for you for this year. But once the clock strikes 2026, January, it feels like things start to line up a little better, make you more confident in what you're going to be participating in during that time. Let's see. Let's clarify. Elevator. Some of you, if you're into this kind of thing, you may do a spiritual cleanse. You may start the year off very much like, okay, let me clear my head, like with a clear head kind of thing, okay? All right, so we have the Six of Cups, but the Six of Cups was in reverse. So let's look. There may be there may be an energy of not wanting to be around kids during this time, or not wanting to or being forced to be around kids, and then just kind of wanting space. Even if it's not kids, it could be family. I'm just feeling like you need a little time apart to think, to kind of get your shit together. Let me see. Yeah. because ultimately what it feels like for Virgos for January, it's like January is for me. It's my month. You're in fellow earth energy, so it feels like something that's like, nope, I'm locked in. I'm ready to tackle anything that comes along. I am trying to minimize my distractions as much as possible. There's something about wanting to be more financially stable, wanting to be more grounded in regards to finances. So you may start the year off of like setting up a financial plan, um, uh, initiating a new savings account if you already have one, or a special savings account maybe for travel, maybe for incidentals. But it feels like there's something, you're initiating something new that wasn't developed before, but it may be a build on something that you already have. Okay. It feels very much like you're about your coin. So Virgos in the month of January may really be looking at people. They may contact people to what's the word I'm looking for? Like money that is owed to them. They may be reaching out to those type of people or having those kind of conversations. Even if they don't initiate it, it feels like those kind of conversations are had, making tabs of like who still owes you what. Anything else for January? You may be looking at settlements that you have or that are owed to you. You may be looking for money that is owed to you during the month of January. But it's more money staying in than going out. If you deal with the Capricorn, there may be something that comes up in regards to work. There may be something that comes up in regards to dealing with the Capricorn. There may be something that's requiring you to maybe really look at your career, or a relationship that you have with somebody that you finally need to detach from. Okay, finally seeing like really, because what this is giving is, if it is a relationship, and the relationship could be a job, it could be a person, but there is a what's the word, there's like a, like you're taking record, like the reason I'm in this situation is not really because I want to be in it. There's something else keeping me and this other person, or me and this other thing together, and it feels like more of an outside entity than it does my inner desires. But something about it's not giving you break free from it. It's kind of like you're actually noticing it, how incompatible you and this other thing is. Okay, let's look at February. February, we have bathroom, flush away all that no longer serves you. This would be a good time to spend time around, I don't know. I want to say this is a good time to spend time around water, but another thing that comes up is having water issues, water problems during the month of February. Toilets overflowing, floods. So for a good majority of Virgos, it feels like water is a problem in the month of February. Let's see. Clarify. Let's clarify it. Someone's car may need a water pump. Okay, let's see. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. Okay, I'll say this. An issue that's caused by friends may have to be repaired at your expense, unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, that savings that you build in the month of January, you may have to use it for some incidentals. It doesn't feel like all of it, but it's almost like, oh, I'm glad I had this so that I'm able to, use it in the way that I need to. This mishap possibly could be like kids playing and something happens, right? Like an accident. It feels like an accident. Let's see what else. Clarify that. Yeah, it's we have the Ace of Pentacles. During this time, whatever the situation that happens, if it happens in the negative way, it's almost like you say, damn, it could have been worse. Or the person says like, man, good thing you caught it when you did. Or it brings on, this water situation brings on an opportunity of grace. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So if it's a good thing, it's a good thing. If it's not a good thing, it's not as bad as it could have been. I don't know if you hear this from other people, if you've researched it yourself or have like past experience with it, but it is like, yes, I have to spend this money, but damn, I could have been in a position where I was going to have to spend so much more money and you're not having to. Okay. If at any point in time during these first, like January or February, you're thinking about taking up drinking, uh, go for more of a higher quality, not really cheap. You see what I'm saying? Because you might have an interest in it. You don't want to go cheap. You want to go with something of quality. Because if you're going to do it, so what I'm saying is if you go cheap, it's going to give you cheap experiences, right? You may have like hangovers. You may have like just really feel energetically yucky. If you go for higher quality grapes or brands or whatever it is, you will have that elevated experience to where it doesn't it doesn't affect you later. It's not so heavy. It provides an elevated experience. So whatever, like whatever influence you decide to indulge in, make sure it's of a higher strand, higher quality. Let's look at March. Oh, Doctor, heal thyself. Oh, one of the things that's coming up, it's a lot of purple. And a lot of purple gives me like spiritual communication. Hey, spiritual communication and spiritual presence. But even when I look at it, I don't feel like that's very prominent for you. It feels like it's something that's in the background, like you're being supported in the background, but that's not something that you full on are taking notice in. So with us having Doctor, heal thyself, but even look here where she's here, right? But there's something going on in the background to kind of, it's almost like the curtain is being pulled on this though. The curtain being pulled on this, heal thyself. Oh, maybe finally getting closure from whatever was coming up, whatever light bulb moment or enlightenment moment you had with the relationship or a collaboration that's not at its highest. You might finally find the gumption, the energy to actually close that particular chapter. Yeah, it's giving more curtains closed. And it feels like it's not after a big argument. It's kind of like a final decision, like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. And I don't have to make like a big production out of it. I can just decide it's not for me and then fade to black and really not be, a participant with this. It doesn't feel like it's like a big conversation, just like, no. And it even, it feels more gentler than just ghosting. Let's see. Let's clarify March. That's in March. So March, we have the Seven of Wands and we have the Six of Swords. So that's in collaboration with that. The Seven of Wands, you see like there's hiccups, there's conflict. There's like, it's not matching. We keep hitting this, whatever it is that you're collaborating with. And finally, you're like, I'm done. This stick that I'm taking to defend myself or to kind of like, you know, chop you over the head with it, I could take it and I can move on. I could take this stick, get in my boat and move on about my business into something that better fits me. Because what what is bound to happen, what it feels like is there, Virgo is picking up that there is no actual resolve in this. There is no getting better. There is no, oh, I can switch gears, or this can change with this way. And so instead of staying in those said choppy waters in that conflict, Virgos decide to just, I'm gonna just move forward. Because the things that I'm saying, they're not making a difference. We've had these conversations before. I've been over this with you before. I've thought about this before, and I don't see how it can get any better. Even if it possibly could, like, it's still going to, it could get better for a moment, but it's still going to be shit like later. And it feels like it happens gradually, like these thoughts just kind of gradually come up and be like, ding, 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 ding. This is not working. Okay, let's, one more for March. Any more for March? Out the corner of my eye, I just saw the Ten of Swords. So yeah, it's one of those things. Something that should have been completed in a 9-year made its way into a 1 year, but it's not making its way out of the first quarter. You're kind of ixnay dunze. Okay. Okay, let's look at the shadow theme for quarter 2. Okay, look, our energy is changing. We have this light blue. It doesn't feel so heavy. It feels light. It feels comfortable. It feels very content. And what we have is ocean. Go with the flow and flow with the glow. Go with the flow and flow with the glow. It feels very much at peace here. During this quarter, there could be like feelings of just consistent feelings of like flutters, butterflies, those, you know how like anxiety can give you like a little bit of increased heart palpitations, those kind of things. A Virgo could be experiencing some type of numbness in their hands, in their feet. But it just feels like this is just, I don't think it has anything to do with the overall theme. This is just what I'm picking up on. During the second quarter, I do feel, during quarter 2, I do feel like your diet is going to change a little bit, get a little bit lighter, get a little bit more intentional. You may feel like you need to hydrate in a different way, maybe hydrate through foods, hydrate through, like just water doesn't hydrate you. So, I don't know, electrolytes or, I don't know, something else. IV, hydration, IV therapy, hydration therapy. Let's see, card for April. What message do we have for April? For Virgos, 2026. I don't like it. I don't like it. April. Damn. Let's see, April. April. Okay, it seems like you're kind of, let me see, fit on yourself. Feels a little distracted. I was a little distracted when I was pulling those. I was a little distracted when I was pulling for those cards. Like I wasn't really concentrating on April. I was kind of just somewhere else. So you might not be in the moment. It might just be, you might be at such peace to where you don't have to be so present. You have a chance to be in la la land, right? So we have baby, again, a theme of blue. We love it, we love it, we love it. All right, connect with your innocence. Oh, that's perfect. Because even, okay, let's talk about it. Even in the space of like being distracted and really just being like in my head during that time, there was a freedom to it. There's a difference of being in your head where you're overthinking a situation and trying to problem solve it and doing all these things. And then there is being like daydreaming and just being in this space where I can think about anything. And I mean, I'm not really trying to come to any solution. And these are just thoughts. These are just, fly by night thoughts. And it's the space that you're in, the energy of it is very different. So let's see. Psych, have some water. Connect with their innocence. I feel like even when you interact with people, but let me say this, I feel like as you're interacting with people, you come off more peaceful, but it's something about you coming off peaceful is more of a reaction to people. I feel like people are nicer, like you can tolerate them more because they're more tolerable. Does that make sense? Like, not that it's not a boosting you, and I think this is how you're thinking about it. It's not a boosting you, it's just, oh, people are on their stuff, like people are acting how I want them to act, so then I get to be this version of myself. Yeah, let's see, let's clarify. Yeah, it feels like you're in more loving conversation. Okay, I wasn't. But let me see. Because let's see. You see, so this is April, all right? Let's get it together. This would be you, all right? You see this? You see this person here? You see their aura here? You see, like, even this energy back here. All right. One of the things I didn't say, you're nicer to people because people are nicer to you. But look at the difference in height here. There seems to be some level of admiration that is given to you to then allow you to be more comfortable and peaceful and provide grace, which is crazy, but we have to accept people where they are. All right. So this is for April. The cards to clarify April are these. Yes, I would say this is you. But then I think this usually is you. But when that soft energy approaches you, you return it with softness. Because even though there's a sword, even though there's a level of preparedness here, there's still the gentleness of butterflies, a transformation. I may come off like this, but inside me, there is a change of person. And look, the color of the clothing, it matches here. So what's closest to my heart is how I feel about you. So there may be in April, there may be some expressions of how a person feels about you, or you may be complimented more in the month of April. and you take it well. Sometimes, you know, compliments are not taken kindly or fully by Virgos. They can, I won't, they can not see their worthiness in a compliment, so they just take it as an expression of the person, like, oh, that's so nice of you to compliment me, instead of like, oh, that's great that they notice that about me enough to compliment me on it. Like, I'm aware of it, and I like that they're aware of it too. But it seems like Virgos are, in the month of April, they are looking for, I won't say looking for love, but they're not looking for love. If love or lovely expressions find them, they welcome it. And they welcome it in a very mature way. I don't think Virgos are very emotionally with it. I don't know how else to say that. Like, I don't think they're emotionally illiterate. I just don't think they're emotionally in tune. Like, they can miss like very romantic or, you know, nice gestures. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. They're not emotionally deep. I'll say that. Because they stay more up here. Anything else? What was this? April? Anything else for the month of April? What is the, let me see. What is the something between this king and queen? What's going on between this king and queen energy? I thought it was going to be good. But it's the Five of Swords. It's the Five of Swords. Okay, we're gonna let's look at it though. I want to look at them all together. Okay, so the energy of the Five of Swords, and we have the King of Swords here. So I feel like, but it feels like there's a change, and I'm not going to pull cards until the cards confirm it. This is what I feel. It feels like there is a change in how this person is approaching or interacting with you. Yes, he very much, or this person very much has this in them, but when it comes to reacting to you, they're not giving that. You see what I'm saying? It's not giving that. It's not. Potential, and then past, and all this other stuff, but what's showing up here feels very completely different. And it feels like before, if you know this person, it feels like before you would have been like, remember, because this is how you are. Look at that. Those gestures seem to, oh, I'm way back here. Those gestures seem very welcome, okay? And that's what we want to focus on, that you're welcoming it at this time. All right, let's look at May. What card do we have for May? What message do we have for May? Yeah. Okay, we have computer, upgrade your software, and food and eating. Be mindful of the thoughts that you are ingesting. So you could be studying something during this time. This could be, remember, okay, so the shadow theme for Q2 did have something to do with the diet, eating lighter. That may kick in the month of May. You may study like, oh, what diet should I be eating? How should I be eating for my blood type? How should I be eating for my body type? How should I be working, like what my exercise regimen should be based off of this? You could be heavily researching something that has to do with what do we call that? Like nutrition, physical, like fitness, somewhere in there, under that umbrella. Upgrade your mental software. You may be in a space to where you're trying to prepare for summer. You want to look a certain way. Even if you've been working out, you may change your regimen. Like, okay, I want to be more leaner. I want to do, you know, something different. Or if it's not in a fitness kind of way, there's still a level of studying that's going on in the month of May, researching, looking into something to gain some sort of knowledge. Maybe you heard something and it kind of sent you down a rabbit hole. These are the things that are happening in May. Let's get some other cards. Let's clarify this. Of course. Of course. Okay. Okay. So let's see. These are the cards that came out to clarify the month of May. Okay, the first card to come out was the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Hierophant. Then we have the Justice. So we have 8 and we have 5 and we have 11. But one of the things, this is very much like, it could be something like a sense of worry, right? Maybe it's when I look at it, let's just talk about that. When I look at it, what it feels like is this is something, it doesn't feel like it's something new. It feels like this is a thought that has come you've experienced before, and you've never been able to work yourself out of this paper bag. But something about being in this steady energy, you might feel like you have the answer, you're able to find the answer. It's something that stirs within you that's like, there was one place I did not look. And yeah. And I feel like that works out for you because we have the Hierophant and we have the Justice. And to me, the energy of these cards, regardless of what their meaning are, the energy of these cards are very balanced, okay? Very balanced. There's symmetry here. So very balanced, even in the back, okay? Very balanced. And then, of course, we have the scales. Even the scales are balanced. So there's something about, there's a solution. Something, whatever effort you put into a certain situation, you actually have the results that you're looking for during this month. And somebody finds something. So a Virgo finds something that they possibly have been looking for forever in this month. Like they thought it was gone forever. It's found. It's found in the month of May. All right, let's look at June. What message do we have for June? Okay, we're doing good. We're at the halfway mark. Excuse me. X. Reunite with the lost aspect of your soul. I don't know if you want to. And it's weird because okay. I'm coming back. Because I feel like for the most part, for some people, this is not actually an ex. This could be a parental figure, a familial figure. It could be an uncle. It could be, and this is for June, okay? It could be an uncle. It could be a dad. It could be a very masculine energy. Someone older or stubborn, because I feel like those could kind of go hand in hand. And it does not have to be an ex. It does not have to be an ex. It does not have to be an actual romantic ex, okay? But there is a connection. And it could be a few things. Okay, so let's discuss them. One of the things could be this person reaches out to have a conversation. Okay, that could be one of the things. It could be you actually bump into this person or reconnect with this person, and there's a restart of the connection, collaboration, whatsoever. I always feel like there's a possibility it can be a job. If it's ever a relationship that comes up, it can also be a job. A job might call you back. You may see that a job has an opening, a job that you used to work at has an opening. You could hear or see or bump into an old boss during this time. And then there was something else. Oh, you could possibly have like dreams or daydreams about a person, this particular person, or this particular thing, but it's brought back into your area, your space. Okay, let's see why. And for a why. And for a why. For some people, it could be a final closure. For other people, this person, final closure, they could be dying. A job may be closing. You may have left something. You could be getting back something. I didn't know, because I didn't know. I just didn't know. But yeah, it's a good possibility. It's a good possibility. This doesn't really, it doesn't feel like a long-term reuniting. It just feels like a momentary kind of experience. And then that's it. But let me see. Yeah, no, I don't feel anything. But this came out in reverse. So it was the Five of Cups in reverse. But it's still like, I'll never forget. I'm never going to forget what happened. Like, this is, this and this are no different. They're not. That stain, like, that's still there. I may not think about it. I may not on a daily basis be like, okay, going over it. But you think because it's like this, I forgot? I hadn't said nothing about it, but I haven't forgotten. I never forgot how you acted, or what you did, or what you said, or what transpired. But there does feel like, I feel like this is coming back in your energy for some sort of reconciliation. But it feels like it's only energetic, not for much of anything else. Let's clarify. Sometimes we need that one thing to close, to kind of just thrust us to the next level. Right? Maybe at that time you need an aha moment. You needed not an aha moment. Maybe you needed an I told you so. I've been told you. I've been said this. You need it. Sometimes a Virgo just needs that, and that's okay. Whew, it's good. It's good. It's good for the soul. You get one. But I told you. I told you this. But I told you. It makes a world of difference. You sleep good at night. You know, dinner tastes better after you done served up a good, but I told you this. I told you this was going to happen. Remember when we had that one conversation? I told you. Clears it all up. It's good shit. All right. Quarter 3. I think we're doing good on time. Kind of. Shadow theme for quarter 3. We have alien. Accept that you are an unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. But what does it really mean? I read that card often and I'm wondering what it really means. Okay, so we have the world up high. let's look at it together. We have the world up high, right? We're holding it, we're balancing it, but then you have like this energetic field here that leads down to this portal, but this feels like the soul. In this very moment, this feels like the soul. So what you have here is putting the external world on the pedestal does nothing for your soul, for your energetic soul. And I think understanding the difference, understanding how you've put a lot of weight into what the external world has to say, what their expectations are. We all fall victim to it for sure. But if you hadn't paid attention to it or didn't quite notice it, it could like fly under your radar. But it is somewhere in quarter 3 where you really start to see like, I do like, damn, I think I do worry about what other people think a little too much. For some people in quarter 3, there could be something going on with hair. Maybe it's a big chop. Maybe you are wanting something different from your hair. This feels like more volume. You might try out different hairstyles. You may be looking, you may be shopping around for different hairstyles. Okay, let's see. What's going on in July? What message do we have for July? There we go. The other one didn't feel like it. So we have child. Child, give yourself permission to play. Oh, okay. So you remember when in the beginning I was saying like it feels like there's spiritual support around, nothing that you feel or you're like actually acknowledging. In the month of July, it feels like some sort of what. Oh, damn. Okay. So the card that came out before, or that was trying to come out, that kind of came out, but I really didn't feel connected to it. It was more of a supporting card because it was the departure of loved ones. So I don't know if there is something like a grandmother or grandfather like makes their self known, whether it's in memory, like a lot of memories of your grandparent or this past loved one. A thought like man, maybe somewhere like in conversation, and you start to think like, I think the only reason I got through that is because like my ancestors were helping me in some sort of way. But it feels like it's a particular ancestor. It feels like it's a grandmother, grandfather, something of like grand aunt, something real rich. Do you see what I'm saying? And they're making themselves known. If you're not fully tapped into exploring spirituality and all of those things, they are pushing through the veil to make it known like, no, yeah, me being around like that almost terrible moment wasn't so terrible because I was surrounding it and protecting you from it. Because a lot of times when we think of protection, we think of prevention, and it's not always that. Sometimes protection is like hovering over you, just making sure you don't die, okay? Like, you still need to experience this life lesson, but it won't be so bad because I'm here. But you got to feel this heat because it's going to create something better in the long run. Anyway, that's a tangent of mine. But it feels like that ancestor comes through during that month, during July, in some sort of way. Could be dreams, could be memory, could be conversation, could be somebody says something that kind of like, it stays with you, but it links it back to this passed on loved one. Give me a card to clarify. Okay, we have Chariot in reverse. Somebody was chewing on this card. When I look at the card, it definitely feels like, if I'm clarifying this one, this speaks to like protection, defense, spiritual, like a spiritual warrior. So I am guided to say that the person that comes through is a main spirit guide or a main ancestor. That's like your left hand man slash woman, or right hand, but left is more the spiritual side. So this is your person. You see what I'm saying? When you're feeling that presence, or when you are like feeling protected, this is that person. So hold on to that. Verify. Yeah, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks about like legacy. They need more from okay, I didn't want to get this deep, all right? Okay, they need more from you. Like, so when this comes up, you full on need to acknowledge. It's one thing, it's almost like when I was a kid, when I was a boy, I did boy things, but when I became a man, I did man things. I don't know, something like that. Something. I feel like I've said it before, so I probably should know what it actually means. But this, with this, okay, this combination is I am here, because look, okay, we have the child here and we have this spiritual presence. They are actually connecting. It's not just something that's around, okay? Once this acknowledgement is made, once you know it, all right, you can no longer ignore that. There needs to be thank yous, graciousness, appreciation. It needs to be said out loud. It's not just, oh yeah, my grandmother. My grandmother's always with me. No, like, thank you. Damn, I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for you, Granny. Thank you. I appreciate you. You want a little coffee? You know, like that is what, because, okay, you cannot be asleep all this time. You got to wake up. All right? You got to. Okay, let me see. See if they want more from that. Okay. Yes. Okay, the reason this is important is because there are other things that need to happen. All right, but if you're going to be ignorant, and if you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that one time, yeah, man, yeah, that was my granddaddy that helped me, and then that's it, like, I just glitched like hell. Okay, if during that time, if you do not do more with that, you are bound to miss out on the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Okay, there's like a window of opportunity, like, damn, y'all been here, okay, let me capitalize on this. It'll balance out afterwards, but in this moment when you have that acknowledgement, you need to actually do something with it, and do something outside of, I don't know, telling somebody the story about how you feel like your ancestor, a particular ancestor, has been there for you and you just like it so much, okay? So let's see. I kind of answered that earlier. It's some relationship stuff that goes on in quarter 2, around April. So once this loads, you'll be able to see it. Okay, what else do we have for July? Yeah, it's we have the Page of Pentacles. You'll be starting off, you're welcome, you'll be starting off a little bit like timid, and just being gracious, just being appreciative is enough at that time. It's not really asking for more until that presence asks for more. It's not going to put too much on you until you're absolutely ready. So just go at your pace. It did feel new, but it felt new like an opportunity, but you may possibly know of or know this person, okay? All right, let's look at August. August. What message do we have for August 2026 for Virgo? That's so cute. Oh, I love it. This is probably like my favorite card. Family. You got a lot of purple here now for this quarter. Explore your sacred root system. You could be going to weddings. You could be like participating in more spiritual activities. You could find yourself more at church, church events. You could be like paying attention to more like love experiences, relationships, like how relationships work, like what keeps a relationship, what keeps a family together. There may be some exploring of like the relationships that have come before you, just like how family operated, what keeps family together, like what's the secret sauce. Those are the things that I feel like are coming up in the month of August. Let's take a little, ooh, okay. So you got a lot of memory stuff going on. Oh, damn. Okay. Because we said that. We said that the shadow theme for quarter 3 was the difference between the world and your soul, right? Like paying attention or noticing how the world itself has influenced you. External factors have influenced you and not paying so much attention to the soul. Here in from July and then August, there's a lot of like memories, like things you're thinking about that's like, I never really thought about it that way. I never saw it from that perspective or that vantage point. I didn't think, like, it's something, it doesn't quite come full circle, but there's another layer that you're able to peel back on situations. And this one feels like it's in regard to how to see something from beginning to end. Damn. And that could be a relationship. That could be family. That it feels like it's going to show you. And these may be memories you already have, right? Right? Because there are memories that are more vibrationally coded. And then there are the ones from this life that you have. The memories that you already have may come up. And it showed, like, you'll have a different thought process of it. That's what that feels like. Okay, let's see. Let's clarify. It's a lot of battling thoughts. It's a lot of let's see. Oh goodness. Excuse me. One more. I feel like we need one more. Yeah. Okay. So we have, no, I don't want it in that order. I want it in this order. All right. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the Moon card. We have the Fool, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. We see this, right? Put into memory, put into memory. Okay. Listen. There may be some family conflict that's happening in the month of August, all right? Family conflict, maybe something is found out. Doesn't feel like it's a big secret. Maybe it's just something you didn't know. Maybe it's something that wasn't just public knowledge. You could be finding out about land. You could be finding out about another family. Like you may be finding relatives. You could be finding, you're finding something is uncovered during this time. You have an option. You have an option to feel like you have an option to respond how the world feels you should respond. And that means like, damn, I didn't know this. This is how I feel. I think what it's done to me, I think it should have happened, should have gone this way. I would have done this. I don't like it. Or you could be understanding that life happens, and life happens in a variety of ways, and to just be a spectator of a situation instead of throwing yourself into it, making it actually your problem. Because something about this feels like it's not actually your problem. It's something that involves you, maybe because it involves your bloodline, but this does not feel like it's your problem, but you can easily make it about you. And one of the ways to see how family actually operates and gets from the beginning to the end, makes it through to where family is still coming around for holidays or people still stay in relationships, you have the opportunity to see something in a different perspective that's like, oh, I guess I understand that. I guess I understand it. I don't know, but we all have choices. So you can full on be very concrete about the situation and take it this way. And, or you could like really take it from a higher perspective. Look at this, all this ground down here, a higher perspective. Your higher self comes in and is like, I'm not fully attached to how this has happened in the past, but I'm cool. Like, I get it. I understand life is life, and I'm not holding anything against anybody. But let's be honest, this is not really a Virgo way. This is not really a Virgo trait. I'm sorry. It's more this, but sometimes this happens in secret. And this is a lot of like, regardless of what it means traditionally, energetically, what we're looking at is harboring something, harboring the expectations of how you feel it should have panned out. And it don't, you can do this. You have the opportunity to do this, but understand you've been doing this. And the month of August is asking you or providing you with the opportunity to respond to things in a different way. Look, I'm gonna come in closer. Look how like, look at this facial expression we have here. All right. It gives like, I don't give a fuck about nobody but myself and what I have and my jewels and my property and my stuff. How I feel, my feelings, my. This, look, the dog even has joy. This person is so happy. You're so happy here. I'm so happy. I'm about to walk off of a cliff because I know everything is going to be fine. So you have a choice. You could definitely be this. Whoop-de-doo. Or you can be here and have a level of peace in your life and understanding that shit still goes on and moves forward. Whew. Okay. I don't know. Anything else for August? While you have to make that decision, you are provided with a level of emotional support. Somebody in your life that has more emotional wisdom to help guide you through this and settle on a decision that you'll make. I think there have been people that may have talked to you, or you probably tried to process it on your own, but there is a level of help that comes in that's like, why don't you try thinking about it this way? I think that's beautiful. Hey. Okay, let's see September. September. What message do we have for September? Happy early birthday to y'all. There we go. Ooh, this wanted to come out earlier in the year, but I forget what month that was. Okay, so we have lottery, bet on yourself. Listen, okay? Bet on yourself. And what betting on yourself looks like in this regard, because we have the red here, which is very much like root chakra energy, but we have the green here, which is heart chakra. Lead with your heart. Bet on yourself. um be I'm gonna say this, but being bold enough to require the things that you need to come from a very like high vibrational place, right? Like, if I can give some examples. Okay, so if you're dealing with a guy, right? Betting on yourself would be like, I am worth going through tough times with, right? I am worth feeling adorned in all of my experiences, not just intimate ones. Having audacity is, yeah, like it's an expectation for you to spend money on me. Yeah, it's an expectation for you to do as I say, because like I run this. I'm the leader in this situation. You see how it has different energy. And that's not the kind of bet on yourself that we're talking about. We're talking about more of the first part, where you have this heightened sense of self-worth that's not egotistical at all. It's just very much like I'm settled. How I feel about myself is so real, is so pure, it's so genuine, that that vibration is sent out to the people that I interact with, and it is returned to me without requesting it. I don't know how else to put that into words, so let me know if like you really do understand that. Because this is like the confidence and the comfort in taking up space no matter where you are, whether it be at home, whether it be dealing with people in the grocery store, whether it be in relationships at work, but not in a way to where you're being a bully. Just all of you is here and is present for anybody to be able to experience. Yeah. Let's see if we can have some clarifying cards. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh, I thought that was the Hermit card. Yeah. There's going to be a lot going on around you, okay? There's going to be a lot going on around you. People, you may experience a lot of people that are not happy with their lives. It is not for you to step in and try to save them from it. It's not for you to step in and try to pull them into your light just because you feel good about yourself. You're going to have to be in a space to where, shit, this you are the light. You see what I'm saying? But you're not begging people. You're not pulling people in, because at somewhere in there, this choice, these are their life choices. And we have to understand that. Okay. But there is beauty in that. Yes, you want to help, but helping, do you want to be the lifeguard or the life raft? Now let's think about that for a second. The lifeguard does the action of going out there to do life-saving measures. The life raft, think of like, look at what the life raft has to do. It's the one drowning in the water, supporting the dead weight of somebody who can't take life. Don't do that no more. No, step up out of it, okay? Be the lifeguard who gets to still experience, the enjoyable parts. You get to tell the story later. But the life raft, who interviews the life raft? And what kind of story is that? Yeah, man, this big ass was on me. I went under for about 5 minutes, but thank goodness they finally made it to safety and I was able to come up for air. Yes, it's an inanimate object, but don't be an inanimate object. You are human. You have life experiences that you need to be here for as well. You cannot be a stepping stone because you have all this information and you're willing to help people. You have to allow people to help themselves and not in a jaded kind of way. Okay. Sometimes I get a little preachy. A little preachy. Okay, now we're at quarter four. What is the shadow theme for quarter four? Dance for me, daddy. Move to the rhythm of your soul. Ooh, the holidays are going to be so much fun. You may participate more in hosting. You may like co-host with people. You may just like want to help out. You may participate in things with the kids. Maybe their schools are having like stuff that you're like, oh, I would love to help, or oh, like going a little bit of the extra mile with things. Okay. You could take a class. It looks very much like pole dancing, something that kind of like moves the body, moves the energy. But something, this class could be something that you've wanted to do for a while before. You know, you thought about it before. And maybe you felt a little bit shy. You could be called to spend more time outside on gloomy days. You know, it's one thing to be outside and be in the sun basking in all of the really good things. It's another thing to go outside and just be in the stillness of the world. So let's see. What do we have for October? Be present. Let me tell you something. The fact that I had to like really go for that card. I went for it the first time and I knew I was gonna knock some stuff over. I went for it the second time. No, I went for it the first time and I moved some things around. I went for it the second time and I felt like I was gonna knock some things over. I went for it the third time, but I adapted it to where I could still reach it. So with that process being said, this card gift, be present. Be present in the way that you can, that's not going to take so much out of you. You can be present, like say if there's a conflict in your schedule, but you want to be both places. There's a possibility for you to be both places, but just in different ways. Like I can't make it to this and that, but I can send something to this in place of me, whether it's like flowers or, you know, like a gift, or send something with someone, or, you know, help out. I can help out on this day, but I can't make it to the actual event kind of thing. Make it work for you. It's going to be important because you're in this space, right? You know your worth in situations, but do not overwork yourself, because then you'll be more of the help than the gift. Okay? Do not overwork yourself. It's not going to be worth it. Send a telegram. Oh, the Ten of Cups. Yes, this is going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time in whatever you participate in, but do not stretch yourself. Look. This is the card. This is the card for October, right? Being present. You are a gift. You are a light. You are a lot of wonderful things, and that matters to people, okay? So whatever ooh, so bright that the light is catching on it. Whatever, however you're able to participate, I don't know. I don't know. However you're able to participate or be there for somebody, allow it to be that. You don't need to be physically there in a lot of places. You know how sometimes it's like, dang, I wish I could be there to help you through this time. Sometimes words are just as good. Sometimes an act of service, I don't know, something you could do from a distance is just as good. Okay, consideration. I thought of you. That means the world to people, to some people. Oh, almost rushing. Okay, but there's something about your own home front, your own family, your own circle, that you are required to physically be there, because your what you're pouring into in your immediate circle, your immediate family, your immediate something, that is where your fulfillment is actually going to come from. You can look back on this situation. By all means, you can be torn. Like, dang, I wish I could be there for my cousin and my kids, but I'm going to be there for my kids, and, you know, I'll take care of my cousin in a different way. This is going to matter more. But if you stay torn, imagine. It's not fair. And it won't feel fair. If you stretch yourself to where you're able to do both, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be fulfilled. November. I don't know. Okay. They said I could reshuffle. Okay, thank you. Internet. All right. Internet. Embrace the fact that you are the world. Oh. Okay, you might come down with a little bit of cold in November, a little bit sick. And it really could. Okay. What we just talked about in October, I honestly feel like you don't take my advice. You do stretch yourself a little bit thin, and yeah, you become sick to where it slows you down, it sits you down, and it's like, damn, I did kind of overwork myself. Maybe you went to one too many parties. Maybe you helped somebody that you absolutely didn't need to help. They were like, no, 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 I got it. You're like, no, 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 I'll be there for you. And maybe you get an injury. Something sits you down to where you have to think like, yeah, I should have, you know, lesson learned kind of thing. I should have just left that one alone. But you get to, during this time, it's not a bad thing. You just, you know, yes, it's that. It's like, you should have listened to me. But at the same time, it gives you an opportunity to love on yourself. You know, take care of yourself, move a little slower for yourself. And that has a beauty in it as well. Let's see. Let's clarify. Some people in... Damn. I couldn't get it out. Some Virgos in the month of November may be finding out they're pregnant, okay? If you are pregnant before, you might be finding out the sex of the baby, whether it's boy or girl. But it's definitely, you know, a time of celebration, you know, for the swimmers. For the swimmers. Let's see, clarify. What else could this card, what other clarifications does this card need for the month of November? So it came out in reverse. I want to talk about something. Okay, with it coming out reverse, you may be kind of, I feel like life is going good, right? I do feel like that. I honestly feel like in the month of November, life is going good, but there's something, ooh, excuse me. Something that's got you down a little bit, something that like you're not under, it's something, it's like a nagging something, like it doesn't fully take away from your joy. Excuse me. Because these two things, they're good. Like, we love these cards. We love to see these cards. But it's something about the energy of this card in this very moment that feels like something is off. Maybe because it's not the Ten of Cups, but it's something that's back here. It's something that this coat is covering. It's something that you're not fully saying of how you feel. So happy moments are happening, but somewhere inside, you're still a little bit sad, still a little bit unfulfilled, still not quite there yet. You want me to see what it is? What it could be? Okay. Okay, so we had the Four of Wands that came out. There's something you wanted to accomplish that you hadn't been able to accomplish yet. It could be buying a home, or it's okay? Like, it could be, hold on. I mean, let's explore this a little bit. Just a little. Appease me. Okay, so just say if you're a little bit sad because your person is missing. We can say that. But I'm kind of in a space not to say that. For those, okay. I don't know. Wild scenarios, but with the pregnancy, all right? If you are quite pregnant and this is also true, like, babes, what do we do? What do we do with that? I don't know. I mean, I would, happy, yes, baby. You know, we're going to do the things. But this is not who I wanted to have a baby with. I don't know. It just feels like, if, let's take out not being pregnant, right? Let's take that out. Let's take out the pregnancy part. You're having all of these wins. It's just something that you hadn't accomplished yet. So because all of the lights aren't green, there's still a level of like unsatisfaction. I won't quite call it disappointment, but still something to go after. And I feel like that's experiencing it. But I almost hope that you're not willing to, because with the Phoenix here, I hope you're not willing to like throw all of the great things away for a person not being present. All right. So if I have to give advice or a little bit of a speech, the absence of another person in your life at a time can be looked at in a variety of different ways. One of those ways meaning like, it wasn't meant to be, or you can look at it as divine timing, or you can look at it as this moment in my life was not for us, it was just for me. This moment in my life is not for us, it is for me. And I think that's the one I want to settle on, because it feels like that gives like the more like, yeah, that's it. So don't be so quick to be, down in the dumps because you get to sleep in the middle of the bed, or, you have two sinks in your bathroom and only one side is used. There's so much of your own life that you're able to accomplish and to benefit from, even in the absence of the person you wish was there with you. Okay. All right, let's look at December. December, December, December. What message do we have for December? Oh, love it. Tell him you love him. You're never gonna leave him. Flower. Pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. You're going to be, in December, you're going to look back and look at and think about all the things you've accomplished, all the things you've been able to like do, and the small little things where you could have like done it better, but you yourself, how you see yourself is going to be completely different. You were a go-getter in January. You had like this idea, you had a path. You were like, I have these goals, I have my to-do list, I have my tasks that I'm going to do. And you flourish. I feel like you flourish more spiritually than you planned on. By the end of the year, you have flourished more spiritually than you planned on at the beginning of the year. And that is beautiful, because a lot of times the big changes we see in people are not the physical, they're the energetic. They're the vibrational, they're the frequency, those type of things. That's where that glow really comes from. So preachy today. I didn't know y'all needed this. Have temperance. I would do, for the month of December, I would do a closeout ritual, whether it's a letter to yourself, or, you know, a bath, or just something. I would do the letter to myself. I'm seeing a bird right now. No, baby bird. I want to say this. So we have the Temperance card and we have the Three of Swords. I'm not putting these together, okay? This is the balance. Do a self-care ritual for yourself towards the end of the year. Something to speak appreciation of the old. Something to speak of appreciation of the old, and welcoming and ushering and clearing the path in for the new, for the next year. Whatever did not serve you, whatever did not show up for you, whatever disappointed you in a way to make you feel like this in the year of 2026, I would advise you to leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it there. It'll either be gone forever, or it'll find its way back to you in a different format, okay? In a different flavor. Clarify. Anything else? I wanted to come out. Oh, Zane. Always. Hey, okay. So let me tell you something. If you were ever waiting on love, you have an opportunity to experience a very something very masculine energy. Okay, they may look good, or they may have like a good looking energy, but it's very masculine. It's very like, I'm a man. I'm a man. I love it. It definitely could be somebody from the past, or it could be someone from somewhere else, from the East. Does that make sense? Or if you're East, then they may be coming East. But something of past, or somebody from your past. Let's look at it, because y'all asked. So let's look at it a little bit. Clarify. Ah! Oh, hell. Why? We almost made it out of the year without pulling a Tower card. But what is this? Yeah, man. Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Just experience this, okay? Just experience it. Don't put all your eggs in a basket for this. Experience it. Experience it. Just experience it. Just experience it. Just experience it. He still got his coat on. Because the Tower card came out and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Just experience it. There's still things that you're doing for yourself and you don't want to get distracted, because it's gone. Don't. If you attach yourself to this situation, to this person without experiencing it, if you lay roots into this person, a Tower moment is going to happen for it to tear it apart. It may not happen in December, but the heeding of the warning is in December. Balance. If you balance something that is, because what's this? Pisces, what's this? If you balance something that is not that great for you, like how it ends isn't so disruptive. Tower moments come along, judgment moments come along when you lack balance, or you lack a you lack the warnings of a situation. Just experience it. All right, I'm done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If at any point in time this did something for you, but you'd like to see like a little bit more personal reading, I do personal year aheads, and we look at it a little more in depth than this. Go figure. And you're able to ask questions. So you can find me on Instagram, open.arms.Rihanna. And I hope to see you there. If not, just leave me a message and then we'll figure it out. Okay, good luck with everything. Bye.